Megan like really was sheltered a lot. Like she just now gone into social media like 4 years ago. Like I hope I look as good as that when I get older. Maybe put some
pep. You won't have the hair. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna lie. As you get older, one thing happens as a guy and you start losing hairs. I wash my face every single night.
He does not wash his face. What he considers
I wash
washing
my face
his
every
face
single
is
night.
he's just in the shower and the shampoo's rolling down. And he just will rub it, and that's his face wash.
Stomach cramps are no joke. I found out a week ago.
Ours are not stomach cramps. Ours are uterus cramps.
Yeah,
it's
that's
two
true.
different things.
I've never had a uterus. I couldn't. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We are back for another episode of the Paired Up podcast. Guess what? We're still paired up.
We're still paired up.
We're still paired up. Look at us go. What is it, like 7+ years now?
7 years, yeah.
7+. That's what I'm talking about.
Going on 8.
What are we going to do for our 10-year anniversary?
Oh my gosh. Hopefully something really cool.
That would be cool. We don't really do much cool for our anniversaries, do we?
I feel like we do trips.
We need to do better
like
things, Megs. Me and you, we need to do some better things out there. Welcome back. This is episode 4.
Episode 4.
Look at us. 4, man.
I know.
We're really moving and shaking. Shout out to all the new followers out there. We're going to keep on going. It's crazy. We're going to look back at this in, a year from now. How many followers do you think we're going to have in a year?
I have no idea.
I bet you we have
what's
over...
What's like unreasonable?
In a year, I bet you we have over 300,000 followers.
What?
Yeah.
There's no way. 300,000?
Yeah, with shorts and stuff, we could easily be over 1 million.
Dang, that's a lot.
Yeah, I think 300,000 is a pretty safe estimate. So you're one of the early adopters of Paired Up.
All right, in a year we're gonna talk about.
We're gonna talk about where we are.
We'll see if we hit the mark.
Man, anything new happened to you this week? Crazy?
Nothing crazy, I mean, book world's crazy right now because Iron Flame came out last week.
So last podcast you were going to your midnight release.
Yep.
How'd that do?
It was so much fun. Had literally a blast. Just all of us book nerds running around playing games about this book.
We were talking about that last time, how like we had midnight release parties as kids.
Yeah.
And so for us on the video game scene, you would line up. They would have like little trivia and games that would pass out like prizes to people in line. You would get your ticket. And they only had so many copies. And then once the number got rolled out, the next person in line, they were
That's exactly how it is in the book world.
So still that way today.
Yeah.
So what all did they do for you guys? Did they have like quizzes and stuff?
There was trivia. First off, if you read the book, there was like 4 quadrants within the War College.
Yeah.
So you go in.
And the book we're talking about here is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. It's basically kind of like a Divergent meets Dragons.
I say Divergent meets, Dragons. Little Harry Potter-esque with like the castles and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I mean, Harry Potter has dragons too.
It's true, but not war dragons.
I mean, no, but.
So it's kind of like How to Train Your Dragon.
So, okay, I don't know what that is, but people have made that. The
Pixar movie?
I've literally never seen it.
I guess we got to watch How You Train Your Dragon.
I guess so. Anyway,
great movie,
someone
by the way.
has
Toothless
mentioned
the
that
dragon?
before. I don't know. Anyways, it was great, but you can silence that.
It's okay. Yeah, if it beeps, it's not going to pick it up.
It was great, and then it was like a speed read for all of us because you have extreme FOMO.
So they wait this whole time to get this book, and then the second they get it, they race to see who can read it the fastest because they want to talk about it with each other. No, it's not a race.
It's just you start reading it because of all the excitement, and then of course, you want to talk about it with people whenever you're done or as you're going through.
Isn't that like watching a movie through fast forward? Like, don't you feel like you're missing a lot of the book when you try and read it really fast?
So I think anything that you read fast, you don't always catch all the tiniest of clues and stuff, but I knew myself that I was going to read it again, so I didn't really care. I also know I listened to a podcast based off of it, so I get information from that. I read Reddit.
You read Reddit now?
I read Reddit for Fourth Wing.
My wife reads Reddit? What?
Yeah, I've gone on Reddit for threads over Fourth Wing and Iron Flame.
This is a whole new scenario here.
I knew that you'd be so proud of me with
Reddit
that one.
was like, man, dude, that was like the nerdy thing to do. I used to be a big Reddit guy back in the day.
I felt like we're on it all the time.
Yeah, I haven't been on it in a long time though. It turned like super political and like it just like It's like
I
everything
don't
else.
look at anything else. I literally, I just
Yeah.
Google search what I'm thinking of for Fourth Wing, and sometimes Reddit threads will pop up. So I click
Yeah,
on
it
them.
like turned to like they were just shoving everything down your throat, and it turned everything into a political, thing. I was just like, man, I don't want that in my life.
Yeah. Anyway, so Book
But
World was
book
great.
Reddit, that's crazy.
We have book club tomorrow night to talk about it, so I'm super pumped. I finished it on Saturday.
Do you think your book club's gonna all be ready by the time your book club comes out?
Most of it, we all knew that we were doing it like this. We only had a week to read it, and everyone committed. So I think they're going to do their best to have it done.
So give everybody.
Definitely, we'll have so many spoilers, so we'll have to be.
So don't give everybody spoilers here, because maybe I don't know how many of the girls in here that watch this are readers, but what's your rating out of 10 of the book? What's your rating out of 10 of Fourth Wing? 1 out of 10
Okay,
rating?
so books are rated on 5-star reviews, or 1 to 5-star reviews, and Fourth Wing was a 5, and Iron Flame's a 5.
You feel like they're both 5s.
I in my Goodreads, I rated them 5s.
What about out of 10?
10-10.
10-10?
10-10.
You think the second book is as good as the first?
Right now, I love them both.
Because from what
so
I've heard,
much.
it sounds like a 10 and a 9 to me.
You could probably do that. I think Fourth Wing deserves the 10 because it's the first book.
Fourth
it
Wing
got
deserves
you
the
so
10.
excited.
Seems like
it brought.
But don't you feel like you maybe giving the Iron Flame a 10 just because of other people are saying that?
No, I loved it.
You think it's a 10 still?
I still think it's a 10. I do think there is something to be said about the first book, the first of any series being what brings the excitement and brings the story.
I just heard
into
like a little bit, like it's kind of slow. It's hard to get into.
No, it's not hard to get into.
Okay.
It is. It's kind of weird. I mean, we're gonna go down a rabbit hole.
We don't have to go too crazy. We got a lot to talk about.
I was about to say, I still think if you
Go
want to
read it.
Yeah, 5 out of 5, both of them. It's a different kind of book, a little bit different writing than from her first book, but still just so good. And I cannot wait for the third. But they said the third's probably not coming out for a year.
Dang, so you gotta wait a whole. I mean, that's good. A book should not be coming out every 6 months. I feel like that means that they're just like flying through writing them. With AI now, you probably could write them in like a week if you wanted to, but it is what it is. Are you gonna make a Rebecca Yarros AI book one day? Probably not.
No, I don't
probably
think
not.
that's not nice.
What did I do this weekend? I
gonna
really
say.
didn't do much. I mean, your grandparents came into town. We
Yeah.
hung out with them. Your mom's birthday. Shout out Kim, happy birthday.
Shout out, Mom.
And then really, only thing I did, worked on my golf game a little bit. I've really been nerding out over these new OpenAI GPTs, which
I
a little
know.
nerdy. We won't get into it too deep because I don't want to bore you guys. But basically, the AI, like the iPhone App Store, is happening now. Like iPhones
For
were
AI.
like iPhones are kind of useless until the apps came out, and then everybody had all these use functions for it, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, this is awesome."
When the first iPhone came out, was there internet on phones?
There was a Safari browser, so there was internet, but you couldn't watch like movies or TV
Yeah.
or YouTube or anything. You could browse a web page,
Yeah.
and they didn't even have like flashlight. I think their only app was like Calculator. Calculator and Compass
Yeah,
were the two that you could have. And so now you have apps, which mean that you can do anything, like Instagram as an app. All these social media networks came because of apps. So think of everything in your world that just appeared from apps. And so now like AI and ChatGPT has been a thing that you've probably heard of, that people are messing with and doing stuff with. But now they've made these things called GPTs that are the new apps to add functionality to it. So like we built the education one to help lesson plan for teachers. I'm now building one based off all my exercise physiology knowledge, dietitian knowledge, workout knowledge, to where like you could go in and you could just like say, hey, give me this. And it's going to do all your calories for you. It'll build out diet plans, workout plans. You can take a picture of your fridge.
Are you done with the teacher one?
No, I'm still working on the teacher one. There's like certain limitations that are still there, just like the first app store. And so it's hard, but like you can take a picture of your fridge and it'll make meals for you based off what it sees in your fridge as ingredients.
Man, I need that.
It'll track your
That's
weight
cool.
each week and tell you to go calories up, calories down. It's like everything that I do for you is in an app now.
That'd
And
be
then like
cool.
you can even take pictures of yourself from the front and side, and it'll be like, oh, it looks like you're losing weight or gaining weight. We need to adjust your calories. I'm telling you, it's crazy. You guys just wait. Like it's
I'm
gonna.
so excited.
It's crazy. It's a new world, and I'm just like so happy to get started working on this stuff like that. But other than that, worked on my golf game. Got another a little bit better. I think I'm finally ready to like start cranking it out and playing.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm gonna go start playing like 9 instead of on the practice range now. Like I think I'm to that level now, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
I've been working on that a long time to get to that range.
You have been.
So, all right, let's go ahead and cheers and get into what's the buzz. By the way, shout out to Something Nice for sponsoring today's video. Again, my brand, the best oral care company in the world. Always going with the, maybe I should try something other than whiskey for a time. I feel like this whiskey I've had is getting a little old, you know what I'm saying? It's getting a little spicy. No, it's still good, but best oral care company in the world. We really try and make really good products for you guys from top to bottom. We got new toothpaste coming out, a bunch of different things, whitening and a few others. So if you want to check that out, somethingnicecompany.com. Now let's get into what's the buzz, because we got a lot to talk about.
Side note, you can watch watch the podcast on YouTube.
Yes.
Can you view and watch it on Spotify too?
Yes.
That is crazy to me.
Yeah, it's on Spotify and on YouTube. By the way, I don't think I've uploaded the 3rd episode, so I need to go upload that one.
That one's one of my favorites.
It takes 2 seconds to upload it. So it'll be up there by the time you're getting this podcast.
I feel like I'm getting a little more comfortable with each one.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, we got a show going on now. It's like once we're guided, it's really not too bad.
Yeah.
So obviously the first thing in what's the buzz that everybody's got to talk about.
Trav and Tay.
It's like a weekly occurrence at this point. It's like Travis and Taylor Swift could not get out of the freaking news.
It's fabulous.
Which, I will say this is the first week that it seemed less of a PR stunt.
Right? I mean, did you see that kiss at the end of the show? And she changed the lyrics. She literally changed her lyrics.
I got both the videos here, so we'll watch it and we'll bring it up here, guys, so you guys can watch it. So the first,
if you haven't seen it,
the first one that everybody is looking at is obviously this one right here. And the craziest part to me,
he blushes so hard. Do you see him? He covers his face.
He does. He blushes, and the craziest part to me is that he's with her dad. I didn't even know her dad came to shows and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I know her mom
dad was
did.
her manager.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I've always seen her mom with her everywhere, but I never had realized her dad came with her everywhere too.
Her dad helped orchestrate that main first her contract for the first 10 years of her making music.
So maybe her dad's the mastermind behind everything.
No, she's 100% the mastermind.
Papa Swift was the reason we got T Swizzle.
A little things along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's been with both of his parents and stuff at Chiefs games, and then I guess now he's hanging with
obviously
her parents.
That was crazy. She changed the song title. She said
it says boyfriend where it says Chiefs. So she said,
so Karma is my boyfriend. Karma is the
guy on the street coming straight home.
Guy on the street. Okay, so she said guy on the Chiefs. Yeah. That was the switch.
Wait, no. Oh, now you're confusing me.
I don't know. She said Karma is the guy on the Chiefs at the end of the whatever. So that was obviously the nod to him being on the Chiefs. And this is the second one. You're right. When she gets done, she runs up. That looks real to me.
It's not PR.
So I'm gonna go ahead and apologize now, guys, because I think we've moved from PR into maybe a real relationship here.
What if they get married and have all the little Swifty babies?
Oh my gosh, that would be so weird. But she's actually really tall, so she's so tall. She would be a good
What's he 6'4"?
Yeah, so she would be a good person to have kids with if you want to have NFL babies because she's tall.
Oh my gosh!
Just saying.
Of course he's thinking about. Or of course you're saying.
Hey, athletes think about it. If you think about athletes, if you ask them who they want to marry, they always tell you they don't want to marry someone super short because they want to have kids that can play football or play basketball like they did. So that's. I mean, honestly, yeah, she's got genetics. She's tall. She could easily pull out a basketball player there for sure. She's tall. So, I mean, that's pretty crazy to me in general. I think that would be the most massive relationship ever. But all of her past relationships have failed pretty badly. So I also don't.
I mean, they all fail until one doesn't.
That's true.
So, I mean,
that's true. But I don't want my boy Trav to get hurt.
I mean, there's for sure going to be songs.
Do you think she was the issue or the boys were the issue or a mix of both?
I don't know. Probably a mix of both. She's a goddess. So there's.
Oh my gosh. You guys are like in love with Taylor Swift. She can do no
I'm
wrong.
in love with love.
I'm in love with the guy on the Chiefs. All right. Yeah, we all like Trav. All right. Moving on to the next story of the week is actually Prime Hydration. You know, Prime, Logan Paul, KSI sold their billionth bottle with a B in like a year or two.
Like how?
That's insane. And so what they did is they
Gatorade ever done that?
What's up?
Has Gatorade ever done that?
Well, yeah, they've sold well over a billion
like
bottles.
a billion in a year.
Well, I mean, like they're large enough that maybe, yeah, probably. But like the fact that you can start a brand from zero,
Yeah.
it just shows you how crazy influencer marketing / products are being. I mean, take the growth that we've had in a year. Like
Yeah,
you
that's
look at the
true.
minuscule growth we've had compared to them, but still this was crazy to us.
Yeah.
And we're still growing and trying to do things, but they were like, but
Yeah.
it was like two superstars in America and in the UK, and they hit them both at the same time. And so what they did for their billionth bottle was they took a Prime bottle, they waxed it and made it out of solid gold. So it's $250,000
that thing
worth of gold,
cost?
$250,000
Oh.
each. They put one in the UK and one in America.
Okay.
They put a little code button, and anybody who guessed the 6-number combination right, you get one chance, and everybody just lines up, and you get one chance at the code. If you get it right, it unlocks the Prime bottle, and you get to keep the whole entire gold Prime
Did
bottle.
you sign up for this?
No, you had to be there in person and like stand in line.
Oh, okay.
And the loser side, so like if the UK win it, the American side dumps into a vat of like molten like lava and dissolves the gold bottle in the other country so that they don't have a chance at getting it. Now you can, that like they played it up like it was like, oh, I lost $250,000 instantly, but you can get it back. It's not that big a deal. You just dissolve it or whatever out of the stuff. But it's crazy because shout out Mark Rober, because my friend Mark Rober, he's like a YouTube invention guy, actually came up with the device that melted it and everything. So, but anyways, here's the video of the kid winning. It was actually a little kid who won it. Yeah, here in his family. So this is the video.
Oh my god.
So he randomly got it. They gave him this giant Prime bottle.
What's the combo?
Oh my God!
So like when it gets it, it dumps it into the hot lava and then.
Oh, it's melting.
That hurts. That's 250,000 gone, just like that.
I mean, he has the money. He's fine.
Yeah.
He probably made it back just from doing the video.
Well, 100%. 100% they made it back with that. Like that's what we call really good marketing.
Yeah.
Like you spend money to make money.
Yeah, for sure.
Like they knew like if we spend $500,000, we say it's $500,000, really it's only $250,000 because you're going to get the other goal back.
Yeah.
And it's like, but still really, 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 really good marketing. And honestly, just crazy to me that they can do that with a company. 1 billion bottles.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Because is it
Like,
this
I
year
get
the
a
first
billion
year, or
views.
is last year the first year?
I think last year was last year. So I think this is like 2 years now they've been a company. But like I get over 1 billion views a year. And
Yeah.
that's crazy to me, like getting 1 billion views.
Yeah.
So imagine for every one of those views, you sold a whole entire item. Like a bag of that's like us selling 1 billion bags of floss picks in
That's a
2
lot.
years. That's crazy.
billion anything is just a lot.
1 billion anything is a lot. And then also, did you see Kylie's new thing she came out with?
What? No.
Yeah, she has actually a really dope brand.
What did she come out with?
It's a clothing brand. Let me try and find it.
Dang, now she's doing
Kylie's
clothing?
new clothing brand. It's called Kai, and she has different drops. So you know how the drops
Yeah.
are, right? And this is Kai Drop 2. I don't even know how do I even spell that again? KHY? Is that what it was? Oh, yeah.
What do we?
KHY Drop 02. Let's see what that looks like. And I don't know where you buy it from. Oh, here we go, kai.com. And so it's like really minimalistic stuff. So this was the other side, but
Interesting.
yeah, it's kind of like crazy stuff like this. But honestly, she had some really cool one on Drop 2 I saw that I was like, holy crap, that's actually really cool. But yeah, just that minimalistic kind of Kardashian modern look that they usually go for.
I mean, between all of them, they have so many companies.
I know. It's just like more and more of these product companies are coming up. And like I'm telling you, I've told you here, I've told you multiple times, every product that you use in your daily life will eventually be overtaken by an influencer-led product.
I can see that.
100%.
Yeah.
Because no one cares about the old brands anymore. They
No.
just care about the stories.
Yeah.
They care about the connections. Like, when was the last time? I mean, you buy so much stuff off like Instagram influencers and drops. You make it limited. Oh my gosh, this book. It was limited edition, aka there's a bajillion copies out there. So everybody's getting 20 of them each because they're limited.
I mean,
Limited.
Are you talking about the book I just
Yes,
ordered,
I
Iron
am.
Flame? I will tell you, there was 2 printing companies, the U.S. and then a company in Italy that printed it. All the Italy ones are like
Not good
messed
quality,
up.
right?
They're misprints and stuff like that, and the quality's not nearly as good.
So everybody wants the American printed
Well, I
copies.
don't know if they want them, but
Ooh.
like I have the
I
US
feel
copies.
that. I feel that. So we got obviously T-Swizzle. We got the Prime bottle. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is this big trend that I'm seeing all over the internet in the drama world. So this is more for like maybe a younger audience, 20s or so. Not necessarily that 40s, 50s type audience, but the generation that's on the internet. And I'm seeing this a lot on the streaming side. So like the Twitch streaming, Kick streaming, everything is like, how we used to have like drama influencers and things like that would try and like stir up drama news and all this type of stuff, like Perez Hilton and things. Do you remember them or anything like that?
Nope. Can't say I
You
do.
probably weren't really on the internet much. Megan like really was sheltered a lot. Like she just now got into social media like
sheltered.
3-4 years ago. Like I feel like just 3-4 years ago since I did TikTok, you really started getting into social media or at least being on it.
No, I mean, I've always been the person to just scroll. Like, I've never really
There
been
was
the person
nothing to
to
scroll
post.
back then.
I mean, IG's been around since 2013. It's
Yeah,
10
but you could
years.
only like for IG, you would only see who you followed at that time. You didn't get like recommended random people. But
I don't know.
regardless, so like there used to be like just these people who would just talk about drama.
Okay.
And so now the big thing that I'm noticing and what I'm seeing take over the internet is now people are just trying to literally like street fight each other. Like they're literally
Why? What's
there's
the purpose of this? Or can you
I don't
get to
know.
the story
So
I
there's like
understand
gangs,
it?
there's like people that are different big streamers, and now they're creating like people around them, and now they're like trying to physically create altercations where you go find like it's called IRL streaming or in real life streaming. So you stream on Twitch in real life and show where you're at, you're eating, you're hanging out, you're with your friends, and now like other streamer groups will go and find them in real life and like jump them. Like fight them
That's very aggressive.
and stuff. And so the most recent one that everybody's freaking out about right now is this guy named Zerka. I mean, all these guys, but this is what it looks like for these in real life fights. And so like literally they'll be on stream. So these are the chat talking and everything. And then like this guy was just like eating with his wife or like his girlfriend. And he's like, I'm just going to fight you, dude. And so like, they'll literally just like go up and just start fighting people. Isn't that crazy? And this is probably like the 5th one I've seen this week of like different people doing that. We don't have to go too
don't
crazy,
have-
but
they don't have
it's
them
like,
better?
I mean, it is what it is. It's just like a regular fight. And so what it's like, it's kind of sad because like, I know the younger audience sees all this and they get definitely, I don't know, influenced by it. Like we saw stuff, but like now I feel like there's so much like trash on the internet that's just like fed to people all the time.
Yeah.
And like trash, what was trash to us back then? Like Jersey Shore, The Real World was kind of bad. I guess we did have like The Real World and stuff.
We had TV versions of it.
That's
now,
true.
Yeah, we had TV versions of it, whereas now it's like it's on socials. But no, what kids are on TV? I don't feel like
You're
kids are on TV. Kids are
right.
on social.
So it's not trash TV anymore, like
No,
Real
it's like
World or
trash
things like that.
socials.
It's just trash live streaming.
Yeah, that too.
Dang, that's crazy. I didn't even make that correlation.
I mean, some people still say like like the Bravo shows are like it's trash TV.
It is,
and
but the
stuff like
similar
that,
stuff, it's like
but-
fights or pulling hair and
Yeah.
crazy drama and all that.
What I guess Jersey Shore or the Real World.
Yeah.
That's all I
they
can
had
think
fights
of.
and stuff in it too.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. You know what? I wonder, like, because I've always thought like YouTube started out as like regular TV, and now I feel like it's getting more and more into like cable television type stuff. like there's people doing big budget stuff.
Yeah.
Like Michelle Carr does a bunch of like things where she does like almost not dirty jobs, but similar format where she goes and does other people's jobs and does a day in the life of.
Yeah.
And then like you always have Mr. Beast going and doing all these crazy things. And so maybe like this is the new version of trash TV,
Yeah.
you know, it's just like,
But still, it's so weird. Like, at least, like, the real world and stuff like that, like, they had reasons to fight in a sense. Like, maybe they actually really didn't get along.
Well, they have reasons. They like make up the reasons why. It's like you talked to his girl and he disliked him.
I was going to say, to randomly just to go up and jump someone without any kind of...
No.
Like,
They know each
throwing the
other.
punch
Like,
for
it's
no
crazy
reason.
though. Like, because big celebrities, even like Drake and stuff, like he was like texting, like saying that the guy who got, you know, the guy who was getting jumped, the guy who was there with his girlfriend, like he was like, oh, I back him now. He's cool. He stands on his,
Oh my gosh.
he stands on his business. That's what
Drake,
they
you got other
say.
things to do.
Yeah, I was like, dang,
You don't
Drake's
have time
watching
for
this
this.
trash TV stuff. So it's like all over the internet. It's what people are sharing all the time. And so when you share something, more people are going to do it.
Yeah.
And so unfortunately, what I think it presents though is like, because it's not like when we saw it on TV, it felt fake to us. Like it felt like it was a show, you know?
Yeah.
But now in these live streaming things, like other people are jumping these IRL streamers to try and get clout so that they can become famous now too and be part of the
that's
thing.
crazy.
I know it's not a good recipe because like we have, I mean, there's been a lot of weird, crazy stuff that's happened on that stuff, but I just want to bring that up because I felt like it's all over and I have seen it. And instead of talking about 15 different versions of the same thing, I just figured I'd bring on the most recent one and be like, I'm seeing this. So
Yeah.
I think that's crazy, but you made a really good point about the real world stuff. Like
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that because that's so, I mean, honestly, that was probably worse. Real world got pretty crazy there for a while.
Yeah, it did. But it was so
Imagine we
good.
saw that when we were like 12 years old watching
know.
Real World.
Honestly, my mom wouldn't let me. Wasn't allowed to watch MTV.
Yeah, my mom didn't let me watch a
So
lot
I
of that
could
stuff.
only
either.
watch it whenever I was at other people's houses.
That's why my wife's so sweet. She really is sweet. I'm glad she was sheltered though. I get to teach her a lot every week.
Oh my gosh. Anyways.
There was something I taught you last week that you didn't. Whatever. We'll figure it out. I think it was on the podcast. You didn't know what it was.
I don't know.
Oh, I can't remember.
I feel like you teach me so many things.
All right. So the final story of the week is People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive finally came out.
Isn't it Travis's brother?
No.
He's on. Yes.
He may have gotten one. There is multiple nominations, but there's
Oh.
like because there's like we're going to talk about two here, but the main head sexiest guy alive. Who do you think it was?
Oh, I have no idea.
It was.
Do I know it? This person?
Patrick Dempsey.
Oh.
He finally came
could
out. So I guess people were
totally see
like, he finally
McDreamy.
claims his throne.
He's been
Like
known as
runner-up.
McDreamy for over 20 years.
I know. Just sad that he gets it now. Like he could have gotten it way back then.
You think this is his first time getting it?
Yeah, that's what it said. They were
really?
like, they're like, people have been asking for him for years, and he finally gets it.
I think men, though, as they get older, they age way better than women. That little salt and
It's
pepper
true.
hair, he's pretty dreamy.
I mean, he's a good looking dude for sure. I hope I look as good as that when I get older. Maybe put
You
some
won't
pep.
have the hair. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna lie. As you get older, one thing happens as a guy, and you start losing hairs.
You
Poor,
won't have
poor
the
old Benta's
hair.
he's getting a little thin up top. It's starting to happen. That's what mid-30s does to you with a lot of stress and dealing with you guys all the dang time.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. You guys aren't bad. It's more like my other 1,000 businesses we're running that's killing me slowly. But that wasn't even the big part of the People's Sexiest Alive debate.
Okay.
It actually sparked a huge debate because of who was the most sexiest alive for the music stars. So who do you think the most sexiest male music star was?
Can I get a genre?
Music.
Country?
No. Just music in general. I'll just tell you.
I don't know.
So it sparked a huge debate because they claimed that the world's sexiest man in the music was actually Harry Styles. And so this was the picture they used of him. And this is what he wears on a constant basis. He's been seen for wearing
That's
this multiple times.
I'm not surprised. I'm surprised.
For the audio listeners here, it's basically, Harry Styles wearing a dress and looking very unsexy to a lot of people.
It's not my cup of tea.
And so basically everybody in the comments is like basically like, this is some BS. Like, this is not like, is this what's come to today? That this is what's sexy? And so a lot of people are like, obviously, they're just trying to do their PR or whatever. And they're not really accurately saying who's the sexiest man. Like, I don't even know any singers right now to be honest. But like back in our day, who would have been like the sexiest singer alive? Probably like Justin Timberlake or something back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Oh, Tim McGraw was really hot.
Tim McGraw, yeah, Tim McGraw. Like that's like what we would have considered sexy. I don't think I would consider this. I mean, I like Harry Styles. He's a cool dude.
I don't think I can.
He's got some swag. I don't see
I
the.
feel like he had so many other outfits he could have chose from that would have maybe upped the sexy appeal.
It's a weird world out there, but I do think it's starting to go back the other way. So I think maybe I don't know, maybe less dresses in the future. But you know what? To each their own. Maybe that's his swag. Maybe girls are into that these days. I don't know. I'm too far gone.
I don't know.
I've been out of the market for a while now, almost a decade now.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, because we got together in 2014.
That's true. She bagged me early, before the fame, before the Bentist. You knew me BB before Bentist. I got lucky though. I bagged a good one here. I'm gonna tell you what, I'm not gonna let go of her either. She's mine forever. Sorry guys. So
gosh.
that was what's the buzz for the week. That was what's the buzz for the week.
That's a lot of action in a week. I feel like
that was a lot of action. It was a lot of stories.
Yeah.
But I will say that there wasn't anything like major. I feel like I don't even remember what happened last week.
Honestly, I don't either.
Everything goes by so fast on the internet these days that by the time...
I also had one of the busiest weeks of my life last week, so I feel like I was just really just trying to get through it.
I had a huge busy day today. I was working my butt off today. I'm still working. Like when I get done with this, I got like 101 things I got to do. But let's go ahead and move on to Feed Fix. This is the time of the segment of the show where we find some of the top performing videos of the week on the different social media platforms. Usually they deal with relationships or just anything fun and cool that I find. This one just happens to be that we found 3 different videos. So I'll let you go ahead and go. And then make sure we turn this up a little bit just in case so everybody can hear.
I'll do it.
I don't know. These dagdome fam new technologies are so hard to use these days.
It's a laptop.
Babe, we have to have one of these episodes where we finish our drinks.
I know, that's what you said last week. Listen, I'm trying.
It's hard when you give me that much whiskey.
I feel like I did the rule. I didn't think I gave you that much. Okay, what am I clicking on first?
The girl.
All right, here we go.
We're married. We each make our own money, but I'm gonna spend only yours.
We're married. My shit's the only one that stinks, apparently.
We're married. I'm gonna tease you over text, but we're never gonna do it.
We're married. That means we'll never agree on a place to have dinner.
We're married. If I don't want to go out tonight, I'm gonna say it's you who doesn't want to go out.
We're married. Everything's my fault.
We're married. I have a 45-minute skincare routine, and you haven't washed your face in years.
We're married. I have to cover my butt every time I walk up the stairs.
Do you feel like any of those are similar in our relationship?
Tons.
The one that really got me the most is probably the skincare one, because you're always like, you have this 45-minute face routine. Just so you know, I wash my face every single night.
He does not wash his face. What he considers
I wash my
washing his face
every single night.
is he's just in the shower and the shampoo's rolling down, and he just will rub it, and that's his face wash.
My face,
it horrifies me.
I feel like I have to stand up for myself here. I physically take the soap, I rub it in my hands, I lather it up, and I get all across my entire face.
It's body wash.
Behind
it's not
my
even
ears.
face wash.
It's not body wash. It's a men's 3-in-1 body face shampoo.
Even worse.
So it works. Okay, be happy that I even wash my face.
No, my thing is I really need him to wash it in the morning, because I really cannot stand the sleep in his eyes that's there at 11 a.m. after he's been awake since 8.
I mean, I try and get to sleep out in the morning. I'm just so sleepy. It's not my fault. You work me to death. My sleep just stays in there.
Oh no. Don't put that on me. You are the one that's created all these companies.
Hey,
not
we're
me.
working on slowly stepping out of all the craziness. So that was I thought that was pretty good.
That one was hilarious.
We should do more videos like that. I feel like we would.
I think we could totally do that.
Let us know down below if you think we should do some videos like that as well as our like podcast shorts, because I think we could add in some TikToks like that. That would be pretty funny.
That would be funny.
All right, so go to the next one, the middle one there. I don't even remember what this one was. Oh, I think it's the girl in the car,
POV
the cats.
meeting a passenger princess.
replay it if you. First off, I knew she'd like it because she has cats, but this is so her in a car. Her range of emotions. I'm hungry. I need to pee. And then all of a sudden, just like, I don't know what happens to you.
Why is this so accurate?
So this was for the audio listeners out there, the first phase of your trip.
Are you gonna put it up so they can watch it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first phase, you audio listeners can't watch.
Oh yeah, crap. Whatever.
So the first phase of it was what? It was like, I'm hungry. Can we stop to go get something to eat?
No, first phase is tired, and then it wants to eat, and then it's
tired
like
was the last
sassy,
one.
and then I want to pee. Energy attack.
It's like literally like I'm hungry, then she's eating loud in the car, and you're still driving, and then she's like, you know what? I know I just got done eating 5 minutes ago, but I need to pee now. And then all of a sudden, it's just like pass out, just dead. And then you're alone for the whole entire trip. But I swear to God, if we switch places and now you're driving, if I say I want to go get something to eat, if I take one bite out loud, it's the end of the trip.
No, that's only if it's really quiet. Normally, if we're in the car, I can turn the music up and I don't have to listen to you.
If I asked to pee right after, you would be so annoyed.
Yeah, why didn't you go pee whenever you got food?
Exactly.
I just said I'm not that bad.
And then if I pass out, she gets really upset because she needs somebody to talk to or be there with her while she's driving.
It's because I hate driving. I don't want to drive.
I mean, do you not see the hypocrisy here?
No.
Hypocrisy?
No.
It's an all girl thing. It's definitely like every female does this.
Whatever. However, I'm not even that bad. Sometimes I'll throw on a podcast and leave you alone.
Why don't girls like to drive?
I don't know. It just sucks. I'd rather read my book. Let you drive.
Do you think it goes back to like how we can focus on one thing really good and girls like are multitask? Like you guys are way better at focusing on multi things?
No, because sometimes I don't like you driving either. So
yeah, but but I'm a way better driver than you.
I don't agree in any way, shape, or form.
If you don't like my driving, you must be in a different world.
I feel like you go like into a different world sometimes, and I'm like, are you gonna paying attention?
Nah, I'm locked in. I'm zeroed in. I'm focused.
You're not.
I'm caveman ready to kill that butt.
You mess with your phone. That's the biggest thing that causes wrecks. I don't mess with my phone.
I don't know what you're talking about. I couldn't tell you.
Oh, my bad.
I just throw on like a Joe Rogan podcast and listen to that the entire way.
Sometimes. But you're bad, and you'll turn the driver version off on the Joe Rogan podcast so you can watch their facial expressions or what they pull up.
Every now and then you gotta get
do that when you're driving.
Hey. Every now and then you got to get a little peek of what's going on. You know, just a little simple like.
No.
But I guess it does only take one look until you just right on.
Hello, it's my life and my dogs. We're not trying to die.
That's true. I'll try and swerve to where I'm the one getting hit, so you guys are fine. Then I won't have to work anymore. It'll be great.
That's so mean.
All right, so we got one final one here.
Okay.
And this one I thought was fun too, because this was a pretty recent experience we had too.
Wait, should I say what it is?
Yeah. Give him the POV. What does it say?
POV, me taking care of my boyfriend because he has a stuffy nose and a sore throat. Oh, I have words already. Hey, birdie. It's okay, birdie. I'm gonna take care of you, birdie. Okay? Oh, that's not how I would act at all.
You know, this is I disagree. I think because everybody in the comments was like, the girls are like, I just want to take care of him, and like
I don't feel that way. Oh.
See,
I'm terrible. Whatever.
See, she says that, but when I really am sick, you actually do go into your little mother mode, and you're like, hey, can I get you anything? Like, can I heat up a pav?
I mean, I love
food?
you. If you're truly not feeling good, then I, of course, want to.
Your motherly instincts.
It's not motherly. It's called nurturing. It's two different things.
It's the same thing. Nurturing instincts.
I guess that is motherly.
Kick
Whatever. In. I don't use.
You're not my mom.
Don't
obviously.
use the word motherly. Just use nurturing.
Go.
If you're truly sick, and yes, of course, I'm going to try and take care of you. But sometimes men like to be a little dramatic.
It's true. Hey, she's not wrong. Us
you guys
men,
got a stuffy nose. It's like you're dying from the plague.
Hey, you know what? I think
it's
we're
like,
just.
Come on.
We know how to play it up.
Whatever. I feel like
we like being nurtured.
Women go through pain once a month regularly, and
that's true.
we have to just suck it up and keep dealing with our life.
Stomach cramps are no joke. I found out a week ago.
Ours
2
are
weeks
not
ago.
stomach cramps. Ours are uterus cramps.
Yeah,
It's
that's
two
true.
different things.
I've never had a uterus. I couldn't. If they're anything like stomach cramps, they hurt really bad. Not a fan.
So if you're being dramatic, then I just get annoyed. But if you're truly sick, and I can tell when you're like truly sick, and I can tell when it's like maybe not.
You're gonna be
bad.
a good mommy. You have like these kids on BS. You're gonna be like, get up. You're going to school. I don't care if you're throwing up.
I mean, my mom did it to me.
My mom did it to
turned
me
out just
too.
fine.
Did you ever do like the thermometer in the light? I'm not gonna lie. I did it one time.
No, my mom though, she scarred me for life one time. I was physically ill,
Yeah, you told me that. Yeah.
and that morning, and she still made me get dressed, and I was like, no, I'm gonna be sick again. I'm gonna be sick again. First grade.
Threw up everywhere, didn't you?
I got to class. I literally got sick all over my desk within an hour of
Chunky
being
monkey
there,
on the desk.
all over, and I never lived it down. It was first grade, and I had bullies. I had a guy. I won't even name drop him, but
You can put it out there. You're
He,
old enough that we can shame this guy.
can we shame him?
We can shame this guy. We can have the internet. Go find this guy right
He just made
now.
fun of me so much throughout elementary school, and then we parted ways, and then he ended up going to high school with me, and I was like, what?
Bullies get bullied. We can bully him back right now.
No, I don't.
Was he the
know.
same one that called you monkey toes?
No,
That doesn't even make
it's a
any sense.
different
Because you got
one.
good toes. I don't even know. They're not monkey toes.
I just think maybe my feet were larger when I was a child, and I
You had the
grew
big old
into
hobbit
them.
feet. You had the big hobbit feet. He probably liked you, honestly.
I don't know.
Is that-
No, that was a different guy.
So what did he made fun of you for getting sick?
Yeah, there was other things. He put like stuff in my hair too. I think he
Yeah,
put
that
gum
was a
in my
common
hair.
thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was like a thing back then. Like
Yeah, you put
people-
gum in my hair. And
and you had to
honestly,
cut it
I
out.
don't know if my mom cut it out or if she got it out. I want to say she cut it out because my hair used to be super long.
Yep.
And he put gum in my hair, and then I was traumatized because I
Yeah.
had to get it cut.
That's like a common occurrence. I bet you still today people are putting gum in
If
people's hairs.
I had a daughter and she came home with gum in her hair, the wrath from me would go out to whoever little child, their parents.
I would just cut it out and be like,
No,
"Hey,
well, you're
don't
not
get gum
cutting.
in your hair, girl." This is a good. If you can't stop gum getting put in your hair, then
It's a little girl.
you got to teach him now. You got to throw hands on that guy.
Yeah, I tell her
Throw
push the
the
shit out of
bows.
that dude.
What would you tell him? Kick him in the nuts.
Yep.
Smart.
Kick him in the nuts, and then go call me because you'll have a cell phone. Call me, and I will come and help you get the
Yeah,
gum
by
out
then
of
we're
your
gonna have
hair.
like some like brainwave telepathy. We're gonna be like, "Call mom."
Call mom.
Dang, Megan just
Man.
getting made fun of. And look at her now. Look how pretty she is now. She's a star over
So
here.
sweet. I love you.
Dude, I love you too.
Those are great videos.
You like those
Very
ones?
funny.
The feed fix for the day was good.
Those are legit. I love them.
I thought those were good. They weirdly hit home with us.
They did.
They weirdly hit home
for
with us.
sure did.
All right, let's bring it back here. Let's first off, we got to have another drink because we can't be slacking on this. It's a
Cheers on-
what even is it? A Monday?
Yo, this mic. I always feel like I can't like move normal because of the mic.
You can move it.
Hmm.
All right. So
like
we're
it'll
going to go
fall.
to the, obviously, the next segment, Ask Anything, where we discuss your questions and answer them here on and give us our perspective from a male and a female point of view. Because sometimes you just get bad advice from the female side and you need a man to come in and you need to tell. Just kidding. Okay. Sometimes you get bad advice from the male side and you get a female to come.
Very
I'm
accurate.
married, guys. I know what I'm doing. I've been married a long time. I know how to get out of this thing now. And so 2 more came in. And these ones were pretty interesting. Nothing like too wild, but kind of wild. And I bet you a lot of you guys out there that are viewers, especially if you're older or in relationships, have probably heard or know some people that have gone through some of these scenarios. So,
Right.
well, actually, probably not. But the first one is a girl, and it says, "I've just been." She didn't like give me a lot of detail, but she said, "I was offered my dream job." But my husband right now makes more money than I do, and he loves his job here and doesn't want to move. What do I do?
Ooh,
That's a tough one.
that's a tough one.
So she gets a job somewhere else. I'm assuming states where you got to move. Her dream job, which we don't know what that is, but I'm
Yeah.
assuming it's something important enough to her that she would move to go do it.
Yeah.
But the problem is, they got bills. They probably
Okay.
got a house. They
I
could
would
have
think-
kids.
I would think he first should see if he could get his job
That's true.
elsewhere.
That's true. If you could find your same job,
Yeah.
like, Kevin's moved jobs. He's done like his
Yeah.
IT bank stuff here, and then you can like do it there and move to here. But assume that it's not. Assume that it's locked in a location.
Little bug.
What do? Do you give up? Because let's be honest here. A lot of the female employees, they start a job and then they have kids and they quit that job. So from a man's,
If they have the availability to do that.
yeah, from a man's point of view, I would try and decide. If I was like, in the next 5 years you want kids and you think you're going to be a stay-at-home mom, don't uproot our life and change everything and make me leave my job if you're just going to leave yours.
I can see that.
Unfortunately, here in the dental world or orthodontist world, we see it a ton of times where like dentists, like the girls will come in, become dentists or orthodontists, and then they'll work for 2 years and they move their husbands over away from their jobs to start these things. And then 2 years later they get pregnant and they're like, I don't want to work anymore. Or like they do 1 day a week and the guy's like, well, that was cool. But
I think like they got to talk it out. Like if he can move jobs, cool. If not, then I would, hey, it's your dream job. Could you find something that's maybe closer to that, but we don't have to move
yeah.
to make you happier? Or do you truly feel like you are going to continue working or want to work?
What if they worked separately? Because it sounds like I said husband. Yeah, husband. They're
They're
like
together.
Would you work away from somebody for a year, husband and wife? Do remote, like long distance? That would be pretty wild after being married.
I feel like that even would cause more problems because then you're talking like 2 houses.
Oh, yeah,
two places, like double
too
bills?
much money.
That
Yeah,
makes no sense.
that sounds like you're under a rock and a hard place here.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that's not a good situation to be in, and I'm definitely not envying you. So my advice would be from the guy side. I'll give the guy side advice. You give the girl side. From the girl side. From the guy side, I would say, obviously the man wants to provide and be this person for you and do that. We do want to listen to you. I would say, as a man, if I could find the same exact job and quality of life and pay, even somewhat, if I have to take a small pay cut, I would be happy to move for you, as long as it's not like uprooting family, kids. There's a lot of, factors and stuff. So I would be just straight up and tell them, be like, hey, this is my dream job. This is really, really, it's a lot to me. And as a man, I would appreciate it if you came to me and was like, I want you to try and show me that you're trying, but if you can't make it work, I understand.
Yeah.
That's from my point of view. From a girl's point of view, how would you feel?
I don't know. If it was truly my dream job, I would hope that you would try and find a job that is similar, that we could do it. But if you couldn't, and there's way more factors in, if there's kids involved, whatever, then I'd really think about how long do I plan on working? Could I find another dream job?
It also depends on money too. I mean,
Yeah,
if that dude's making $500K and your dream job is you wanted to be an influencer at a magazine to make $25K a year and be a whatever, I'd be like, babe, I love you, but $25K at a magazine intern making $25K a year.
Change your
It's like there's
way
only
of
so
living
much
too
dream to go
much.
around. You know what I'm saying? We need to make sure that these dreams stay alive. We got to pay for this mortgage. So that was the first one. And then the next one is, this one's actually kind of wild. I don't know what I would do. I mean, I know what I would do, but this is a little crazy one too. So I found out through a mutual friend that my girlfriend was actually an exotic dancer in the past. He found out through an old Facebook post on her profile that she forgot to delete. She says it's not a big deal, but it kind of is, right? I don't know what to do. We've been dating for a year now. Basically he's deciding whether he should break up with her or not. Okay. That's not a big deal to you?
No, it's her past. She's still doing it. Everyone has a past. And you gotta know that whenever you go into a relationship.
They've been dating for a year and she hasn't told him about this little past. That's the big hang up for me. I'm sorry, when I met you, my first thing was not, hey, yo, by the way, hey, do you want to get married? Do you want to have kids? Oh, by the way, were you a stripper?
Okay, exotic dancer and stripper is 2 different things.
They're the same thing.
No, I don't think
That's
so.
what he means by
Exotic dancer
exotic.
could be like a burlesque dancer.
No, that's what they mean. There was a nice way of saying.
Are you
that.
sure?
Yes,
Are you-
100%.
I don't know.
This is the what's it called? Sheltered
Uncultured?
Megan.
Sheltered?
This is the sheltered
No, a
Megan. coming
burlesque
up.
dancer is an exotic dancer. Are they not?
We're talking about strippers here.
Whatever. I mean, you could be upset that she didn't mention it to you, but
That's
maybe
a
before you
huge
like
deal.
freak out, like ask her why. Maybe she's ashamed of it. Maybe it was a low point in her life.
Maybe she
needed the
thought that
money.
maybe
I'm
she thought
sorry.
you would break up with her
No
because you would
offense.
figure out that she was a
If
stripper,
you
so
need
she
money,
lied.
you need money, and those girls make money.
I don't have any problem of the job. I don't have any problem.
You just don't like
what
that
you
she didn't
do.
tell him.
You do for your body. There's a reason you didn't tell him. You didn't tell him because you knew that he wasn't going to date you because that guy of that type does not want to date a stripper.
She's not a stripper anymore.
Ex-stripper, whatever it is. So you kept it, you hid it for a reason, and shame on you for hiding it. Because honestly, if you make decisions, there's decisions and consequences. We see this right now all the time with these OnlyFans girls. Right now, it's easy money, it's easy pay, do your stuff, make your money, hey, and get your paper. If that's what you want to do, get your paper. But there's always going to be a pro and con to it. There's going to be guys like me who would never date you.
That's fine.
It just is what it is. And that's
Find
fine.
a different guy.
That's fine. Find a different guy. But you can't lie to that guy, try and rope him in for a
She
year.
didn't lie. She just
Megan.
didn't. She avoided the
Megs,
insurance.
you can't be doing this is crazy. So
I feel for women though, because sometimes
she made the decision. It was her decision.
Yeah, but maybe she
needed the money. Maybe she could have been a bartender. Maybe she could have been a golf cart
You
girl.
don't make that. I mean, you make.
You
way
make
more.
a lot of money being a golf
Maybe.
cart server and a bartender. Yes,
Not
you do.
as much as that.
Enough.
Depending on where you live.
Enough.
No, depending on where you live, you couldn't afford an apartment by yourself in New York. Just on
You
bartender.
move to Montana, get a cheaper house. If you make, like I
think-
said, there's plenty of guys out there that will
I think
date
it depends.
that person.
If you truly love her and you want to be with her and you really were like, shoot, I'll marry her tomorrow, and then you just found this information out, I think you should fact check yourself and, ask her what happened, why she did that, why she didn't tell you, and then you make the decision from there. I don't think you immediately go to, I'm breaking up.
I agree. I don't think you immediately go to breaking up, but I do think it's unfortunate because, and it's probably me too, because one of the biggest things that I have to have in a relationship is loyalty. And I feel like I would have a huge.
She probably loyalty and
I know,
being
but like
truthful is two different things.
no, they're connected for sure. Because if you would lie about something big like that, you would lie about seeing another guy. You would lie. You were shady. It's a shady thing. You can't have shadiness in a relationship that you want to have locked in for it. And like, I don't have a problem with what you do if you want to do that as your work, but there's certain guys out there that aren't going to want to date you anymore. Just like if you don't want to go out and party and you don't want to do all the crazy stuff and do all the crazy stuff like that, there's certain girls that don't want to date that guy too. If you're a super nerdy guy who wants to go home and wants to study all the time and become a doctor and do whatever, there's a certain type of girl that doesn't want to date you as well. And so there's always going to be a certain type of person that you X out when you do certain things. And so I think you can't lie to somebody and try and cover up a part of your life to trick somebody into liking you like that. Because when you trick somebody into a relationship like that, it always ends up badly.
I mean, I don't think it was a trick. I just think maybe
You don't
it
think
was-
she just forgot to mention that
maybe
whole
it's
part of
bad
her life and deleted it?
miscommunication. I mean, we don't know like her side of the story. Number one, number two, we don't know their relationship. Maybe he doesn't have good communication skills either.
Yeah,
So
maybe he just totally forgot to ask her if she was an exotic dancer in a past life.
maybe he's has
Megan is trying to stick up for all you girls out there for doing that. But I'm going to keep it real with you. It's not cool. So I would say from a guy's point, it sounds like we disagree on this one, which is fine. Girls and guys have different opinions. From a guy's point of view, I would say you know her better than I do. You would have to look and say, if she's hiding this from you, what else is she hiding? Did she really hide it from you? I would say yes, because that's a pretty big deal that you would tell somebody. It's almost like
What if it was only for like a week?
I mean,
that's
if it
not
was
even-
like
what
for,
if she just tried it?
if it was like for 1 week and you talked to her, she was like, yeah, I did it for a week. I absolutely hated it. I don't know what I was doing. I was crazy. I was out of my mind. I'm embarrassed. That's one thing. But if you're posting it on Facebook, it's past.
She didn't post it. It sounds like someone else posted her and tagged her. She's not up there dancing while holding the camera and taking selfies.
No, she's not, because they don't allow photos like that. So that means it was probably her in the locker room with her friends doing like stuff like that, which means that you've been doing it for a while. So
You're doing a lot of assuming.
I am
over
doing a lot of
there.
assumptions, but that's from I would say you know her best. If it's not a problem to you, then I mean, it sounds like you said it was a big deal, and you've only been dating a year, so luckily there's plenty of time to get out while the getting's good. There's tons of other girls out there that have not done that. If that's a thing with you, so I wouldn't feel like it's the end of the world if you got to start over. But yeah, to me, it wouldn't fly. I would be out. I would be out because if I can't trust you 100%, I'm not going to marry you. And that's a big deal to me. So, but that's a big deal for me. For other people, maybe they don't care. Maybe
Yeah.
you could cheat on them or do whatever you want. It's not a big deal.
If you're going
So-
from exotic dancer to cheating, like, come on.
I know. I'm just saying. And I think, unfortunately, we're going to have a lot of girls in this next 10 years that are going to be dealing with this whole scenario with the OnlyFans stuff. They're going to be trying to hide it. Guys are going to find out. It's going to be causing a lot of problems.
I think it's pretty hard to hide anything now because it's all over socials.
Yeah, and then it's going to be this big thing of like, well, I didn't really do it. I was just behind a screen. But now your wife or your girlfriend's out there for everybody to see. And once it's on the internet, it's never going away. At least her exotic dancing stuff was behind closed doors that nobody could film.
Maybe the guys
So-
who land the people who, like the girls who do OnlyFans, maybe they're like, hell yeah, I got her.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
physically.
And for the girl, I mean, to be fair, there's going to be guys out there that are totally fine with that. And I would say your relationship is going to end up being better that way anyways, because you're all on the same page and everything's out in the open. So,
I don't know. I'm here for
all right, what's Megan's thoughts?
I think, dude, take a chill pill, talk to her, figure out exactly why she didn't tell you, and then kind of make your decision from there. I mean, I get the whole trust thing, but again, sometimes there's a perfectly logical explanation, and it doesn't even have anything to do with trust.
That's true. That's true. So what would you do if you found out today that I was an exotic dancer for like 6 months?
We're going on
7 years, yeah.
We're going on 8 years of marriage. I'd be pissed.
So why is it always opposite when it's the guy doing it?
8 years of marriage? They're not even married. They've only been dating.
What about
a year.
1 year? You found out I was a male stripper.
After,
One-
like
at
while
one-
we were dating?
At 1 year dating.
I really don't think about it. Okay. Moving on. Do you do it anymore? No. Okay.
You'd be like, can we do some Magic Mike stuff at the house?
Like, what kind of moves you got, actually?
I mean, to be fair, you do have that going for you. She does know how to probably do some stuff, so that could be a positive potentially. So that's, man, I tell you what, Megs, what a life we live. It's getting interesting every year, every day is getting crazier and crazier. But
It's always fun.
that's it for episode 4. We appreciate you guys being here. Hopefully you guys learned some stuff. Hope you guys been watching with your girlfriends, boyfriends, wives, everything else. And then maybe having these conversations together, and maybe you learn how to see. You're going to see, we've been doing this for 7-8 years. You can see right now, we can disagree. We can get a little heated. We can not get a little heated.
I don't think they've seen Heated. But
We haven't seen heated, but you can disagree. You can work through things. You can talk. You can have different opinions on different things.
hands down.
And you got to do that to have a healthy relationship if you want to be paired up for life.
Paired up for life.
So cheers, baby. I'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Next week, we'll be back with more stories. Until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye.